Good morning and happy Saturday morning. You are now watching another episode of the JRAMBO745 Platoon channel. And today, we're going to discuss a little something out of character here. A little bit out of subject. Normally I do knife reviews and stuff like that. But today, we're going to discuss what's been going on with the infamous SIG SAUER P320 firearm system, or M18, M17 for those of you who have that military variant of it, and I have both. So as you know by now, it's no secret that SIG SAUER has been playing the oh, it's not our fault, it's your fault game for the last several years now with their defective SIG P320 firearm system. There is a guy on the YouTube channel, I can't remember his daggone name, but basically, let me see if I can find his YouTube channel. I think his YouTube channel is called The Gun Project or something like that. Let me see if I can find. I was just watching his video like 2 seconds ago. The Wyoming Gun Project. Now this gentleman has pretty much, I mean, if you guys watch YouTube, you guys are in the gun community, you've probably seen this video by now, where he's tested this weapon system. This is the SIG SAUER 320. This is the X compact model. And this weapon system, the M18 variant of the 320, of the SIG SAUER P320. And in his videos, he demonstrated, I'm not going to do it here because I'm pretty sure that you can go see his YouTube channel and you can he'll pretty much break down what's going on with this weapon. But what has been going on with this weapon system is that the sear in this weapon, if I could just disassemble it a little bit. Dang it, I just had it. There we go. What's been going on is that this little spring right here that I got my big fat finger on, the sear, is defective. I just tested this in a safe dry fire manner, where you basically take in his case, he put the screw right there. He put a screw there. So he would cock the weapon. He would hit it where the wall is at. Put a screw there. And then he would take a pencil and stick that in there. And take an Allen wrench and press down on the sear to see if it'll shoot out the pencil. This one does it. That's not good. That is not good at all. That means that SIG SAUER has knowingly known that they have been selling defective, and I'm not saying it's all SIG SAUER pistols, but they have knowingly known that they have been selling to the general public, customers like you and me, and the military and law enforcement, because this all started with incidences involving law enforcement, LEOs, where the weapon would fire uncommanded, an uncommanded discharge while still holstered in. And now we have an incident where a U.S. Air Force sergeant shot himself and killed himself with his own firearm while still holstered in. Can you explain that, 6 Sauer? Or are you going to continue to keep playing the blame game? Oh, it's not us, it's you. It's user error. It's user negligence. There have been constant videos who have shown and demonstrated and freaking daggone even broken down contradicting your statement. I, for one, personally have never had any issues with your 6 Sauer pistol, but this is not a weapon that I often carry either. You know, I do carry your 365, but I'm starting to wonder if I should even be carrying that weapon. You know, there are plenty of other gun markets out there in the market, and the fact that you guys are not taking any accountability or responsibility for selling a defective weapon to law enforcement, to the military, and to the general public is not only disturbing, it's quite downright unacceptable and atrocious. I get why you're doing it. You're doing it because you're scared to death that you're going to lose that military contract with the U.S. military. Well, you know, maybe you should have thought of that before you started cheating on the M17 trials with the U.S. Army. You know, there are so many other handguns in the market right now that are far better. And before you SIG boys, you SIG fanboys out there start butchering my freaking on my comment segment, I ain't gonna listen to you. I'm gonna just straight up be upfront with you. I ain't gonna listen to you. This weapon is defective. I tested it on this one, and I tested it on this one. That is not good if it's doing that. That means that there's something going on internally with it that involves the seer in some way, shape, form. I'm not a gunsmith, so don't ask me. I'm just going off of what the guy at the Wyoming Gun Project has shown us. But he's absolutely right. This weapon is defective. It shouldn't be out in the market. It should be recalled. And the fact that 6 Sauer is playing dumb is unacceptable. It really is quite alarming. But, you know, hopefully something will come out of this. Now, I will tell you this. If you do own a 6 Sauer, don't be one of these dum-dums and sell your weapon. Well, first and foremost, nobody's going to want to buy this weapon right now, knowing the problems that it has. But don't go on Gunbroker and hope that some sucker's going to buy this weapon, because you're doing them a disservice. You're doing the gun community a disservice. You're doing people who don't know much about this weapon system a disservice by selling them a very dangerous weapon that could potentially go off even if it's holstered in without pulling the trigger. We don't need any more incidences like that. You know, I think there have been too many already. Again, my heart and my prayers and condolences go out to the family member of that sergeant who lost his life, unfortunately, because of this weapon system. 6 Sauer, you need to do better. You need to be better if you want to hope to keep that daggone military contract. And if I'm not mistaken, you only have 2 years left in your current military contract with the U.S. Army and U.S. military. So y'all better get y'all shit together, because I'm going to tell you what's going to happen next. All these lawsuits and all these civil cases against you, that's only the beginning. That FBI report that the FBI has confirmed that your weapon system is defective has already made it to the offices of the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms. Yes, the dreaded ATF, the commie department of the Second Amendment community. But if you want to break down who the ATF is in a nutshell, they're basically the IRS for the 2A community. they will shut you down. If they send their auditors down there and they see and they can prove that your handgun is defective because somebody in quality control is not doing their job over there at 6 Sauer, they'll shut you down. They're going to give you two options. Get this shit fixed or we'll fix you. And what they mean by fixing you, they're going to basically say, well, you're out of business. They've done it before. So I don't know why you're playing this game, SIG. There's no case scenario in this particular case with this particular firearm where you're going to end up winning this. You can win as many cases as you want. You can have as many bought off juries as you want. At the end of the day, you're going to end up losing because you're selling a defective weapon to the general public. Now, thank God I don't carry this weapon. As far as I'm concerned, it's nothing more but a range shooter at this point, if even. Wouldn't trust it to carry it. I sure so ain't gonna carry a round in the chamber on it. Plus, I have other firearms that are much better. I'll show you one of them right now. This is the CZ. The CZ P09 Compact Nocturne. Much better firearm. And it's a hammer striker. That means that it's got the safety on. I've carried this weapon. I've shot this weapon. I've put at least 500 rounds in this sucker already. I haven't had one problem with it. I can trust this weapon. I'll show you another one. The Beretta APX-1. Now this is loaded, so I can't really but I'm gonna unload this weapon just because YouTube doesn't like it when. So now it's unloaded, all right, because safety first, right? There's no round in the chamber. There's no mag, but also a much superior weapon than the SIG. So all you SIG fanboys out there that are saying, that the SIG Sauer P320 is the greatest weapon since the invention of the egg white omelet. Really? Then why is it so defective? Why has it been proven that this weapon has been deemed unsafe for law enforcement to use? Why are so many law enforcement departments around the country banning the use of this weapon? I'll tell you why. Because it's a defective weapon. It sucks. It's a piece of crap. It's junk material, and that's just the bottom line with this weapon system. You don't like it? I'd prefer to go with this one. U.S. military, y'all need to go open up the military handgun trials again. Okay? Because if you don't, you're going to have more incidences of where U.S. military servicemen and women accidentally shoot themselves with a weapon that is prone to uncommandedly discharge without pulling the trigger. I don't know what y'all are waiting on, to tell you the truth. Y'all should reopen the gun trials. You should give Glock another chance. You should give Beretta another chance. Okay? I actually own a Beretta M1A4 handgun pistol. I mean M9A4 handgun pistol. This is a much superior handgun. Yes, it's expensive. I actually got this for a steal, $850 at Gunbroker. And I believe they're anywhere from $850 to $1,000 on Gun Zone deals. I take that back. I actually got this one at Gun Zone deals for a steal, literally. It gave me with the box, 3 magazines, a rail to put your red dot in. I mean, and not only that, but Beretta has fixed the issues that the U.S. military have had with its previous models. Oh, I want a rail. Well, guess what? Now you have a picky-rinny rail where you can put your tack light on. Oh, I want a base plate to put my red dot in it. Well, they took care of that too. In this particular model, they put that, and you can swap that out and put a red dot if you want. I prefer to shoot iron sights with this, me personally. But that's just the way I run my guns. They've even freaking, now this has the decocker in it. Wait this away for somebody to say. But this one has the decocker. But you can also put the swap this out with the safety lever. And it's got a threaded barrel where you can put a silencer in it. I mean, what more could you want from this pistol? U.S. Army? I don't get it. All I'm saying is that SIG Sauer needs to fix their crap. They need to get their shit together over there, because that's unacceptable. The fact that this weapon has been proven that it can discharge uncommanded, and the fact that I was able to prove it using the little test at the Wyoming project, the Wyoming gun project was able to, I mean, I just tested it before we had the video, and it did it. It discharged. I think I only had a pencil in there, and it just flew out my pencil, but it did it. That's unacceptable. The FBI has deemed your weapon unsafe. Pretty soon the ATF, and I'm pretty sure that report has landed in the offices of the director of the ATF. They're going to be paying you a visit pretty soon if you don't get your crap together, SIG. And if you think it's bad now, it's going to get worse. Well, other than that, I just wanted to prove my case, or, you know, I'm not telling you anything you haven't heard before, gun community, about the SIG Sauer. I'm just reiterating what I've been hearing, what I've tested myself personally, and what I've seen from the Wyoming gun project. If you guys have not seen his video, see it, because he has plenty of videos where he has proven and tested that this weapon is defective. If you do have a SIG Sauer in your possession, 320, don't be one of these dum-dums and get rid of your weapon and have a panic attack, all right? Yes, store it in a safe location where you know for a fact that it's not going to be a danger to anybody. You include it. And just wait it out and see what happens. You know, don't be one of these dum-dums that throws your weapon in the trash or tries to resell it to some sucker at gun broker who doesn't know much about firearms, you know, because you're doing, again, the gun community a disservice. Just wait it out, see what happens. I guarantee you that if SIG Sauer doesn't get their stuff together, ATF will send their auditors, and if they don't get it fixed, they're gonna fix them. I believe me on this. So yeah, I know we talk crap about the ATF and the gun community, but they do serve a purpose from time to time. But yeah, other than that, that's what I just wanted to get off my chest this morning. You know, it's a shame because I actually like shooting the SIG Sauer 320. Shit's great. It's just not a safe weapon to shoot. But yeah, let me know in the comments below what you guys think about this whole situation with 320, with the SIG Sauer 320. And if you want to continue to keep seeing more content, I do have one other announcement before I go off, and that is that I will be reviewing a couple of blades that I got from the cookery house. I just got in my hands the D-Bad Wild West Bowie, and it is a beast of a knife. I also have the full-size Apollo Navajo knife from the cookery house. This big chunky ass blade right here. So I'll be reviewing that one pretty soon. And boy, that sucker's heavy. I also got a European broadsword that I had the cookery house made for me. This sucker right here. So I do have a lot of great content coming up pretty soon on this YouTube channel. Also coming up pretty soon, and I'm working with Mr. Gopal over at the Cookery House. The Conan the Barbarian broadsword will be coming in the near future. We're trying to figure out the dimensions and measurements of the sword so we can make it more functional. It is going to be a sword that is based off the Conan the Barbarian sword. And if you guys know anything about me, I'm a big fan of Conan the Barbarian, Lord of the Rings, freaking Game of Thrones. I'll watch anything that has Dungeons and Dragons. Alright, I'm a big nerd. So that's coming up in the near future. Again, I'm working with Mr. Gopal with the Cookery House to get that. And actually, the Mr. Donnie B all day put his expertise into making the improvements for this sword. So it's also partially his idea. So I got to give credit where credit is due. I asked him for some advice, and he personally gave me his input on what the sword should look like. So that's coming up pretty soon. Other than that, this has been another episode of the JRAMBO745 Label 2 channel. You guys stay safe and have a great weekend.